Yeah, the end is near. I mean, it's we are seeing the final days of Messi in an Argentine national team shirt or jersey. And it is a bittersweet moment too. I mean, yesterday's match really opened my eyes to the fact that we've really had him for so long on the world stage that a lot of people really have taken advantage of him. Like they've not taken advantage of the fact that his longevity has left an impact on a lot of generations after him that might come up. Um, 'Cause I remember the 2006 World Cup, which was actually my first World Cup as a kid watching that, and how Messi just showed up on the scene. And obviously before that too, in 2005 with his early years with Barcelona in Spain, you can clearly see that he's been with he's been through quite a lot with the national team. I do recall, like I think it was right after the 2015 or 2016 Copa America where he initially tried retiring from the team and he had to come back later on. It's been a tough road for him, with Argentina especially. But it also is reassuring knowing that he's not leaving on bitter terms. Like he's actually accomplished so much. Like he's got nothing else to prove to anyone at this point. Both club wise and national team wise too. So yeah, if he chooses to leave now, I personally, and I know quite a few fans out there will not really hold anything against him. But then it makes more sense for him to leave after the World Cup because it just feels like it would be sort of like him closing the chapter of his life. And again, 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, and yeah, 2026, which will be his sixth World Cup if he decides to take part in that one too. Um, and obviously, the good thing about this World Cup is that he hasn't got the pressure that he would have had if he had not won the World Cup back in the last edition. So he's coming into this one as a defending champion with the national team. So whatever happens out of this, no one is actually going to hold anything against him, win or lose. If he decides to, if Argentina manages to win, go back to back and win, obviously it puts him ahead of guys like Diego Maradona in terms of like relevance in Argentina. But if let's say they make the finals and lose on penalties, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it happens in that way, um, it's not going to be really to his detriment. It's like it's not really going to negatively affect his legacy and what he's done with the national team. So personally, I want to believe that he will be in this World Cup and he will see it through, and then not retire from football entirely per se, but just retire from the national team, and then maybe spend a year or two on his um playing contract with Inter Miami, and then I would personally like to see what he does in terms of like playing for a local club in Argentina, like Boca Juniors or River Plate or even Newell's Old Boys, where he was actually discovered. What Messi does after he finally retires from football still remains a mystery for quite a lot of people. Um, in terms of management, in terms of coaching, I don't really see him going into that entirely. But then again, never say never, because with one thing I realized with Zidane was that a lot of people didn't really see him as the manager type or the coach type of person once he had finished his playing career back in 2006. And look what happened afterwards. I mean, he went down the coaching path, and you see what happened with Real Madrid and the trophies he won with Real Madrid. So who's to say? Who's to say if Messi doesn't go through that same phase and does the same with Barcelona in the future, or even with Argentina too? But based on Messi's persona and how he carries himself in terms of like his outward appearance, chances are he might choose not to go down that path too. He could also be a sporting director too, either with Barca or with Argentina in the future. Again, never say never. But in terms of football, he still has different roles which he can play after playing, and after retiring. Um, he's also got brand deals too with Adidas and with Pepsi and some other brands out there too. So his financial stability wise, in terms of like his finances after football is intact. He's got businesses too, from what I remember. I think he's got a hotel business, something like that, similar to Cristiano. So in terms of that, he's sorted. What happens next after he finally retires from football entirely, like in terms of him retiring from playing, will still be something which we have to get into later on. But yeah, his presence, his legacy, everything is just flawless at that stage. So what he decides to do next is really is up to him.